NERDSHIP, welcome to another Halloween tutorial. This one is for a reptile emerging from their fake skin. So I've got a nice little torn around the neck and it kind of goes up around the ear, and yeah. This look is easily replicated. It will take you about 2.5 hours to complete, so if you're going to wear this to a party, I would definitely make sure you have that time allotted. To achieve the scale kind of look, I used some fruit netting that I got off of a bag of apples, because yay recycling, and then I brushed color over top of it. So you may need helping hands when trying to do like the neck scales down here, but it's really simple to do and it doesn't take as much time as it would if you were hand drawing the scales on. So there's a good tip. Thank you very much to Camo Eyes for sending us these lenses. These specifically are the yellow cat eye lenses, so they look really cool. And even though I'm a reptile, it works. Yeah. Yay! Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this look, and if you'd like to see how it is done, please keep on watching.
Okay, so I've already prepped and primed my face as well as blocked out my eyebrows using the glue stick method. Now I'm taking the Mayron Paradise Aqua Color in Amazon Green from the Tropical palette and basically painting my entire face green. Now if you want to not have your skin dyed tinted a lovely shade of green, I highly recommend you prime your skin with the Mayron Skin Prep Pro followed by the Mayron Barrier Spray and wait for that to dry completely. I didn't have the barrier spray at the time, so for the next day and a half I was kind of, yeah, green. Now, since I've got a solid base of the Amazon Green, I'm taking a NYX Wonder pencil in light and tracing out where I want my kind of torn flesh to be, just so I have a really good idea as to how far I need to put the green down on my neck. And then I just cleaned it up on spots with a little brush. It's just an art brush. Whenever I use the aqua colors, I tend to use artist brushes rather than makeup brushes, since sometimes the pigment dyes everything. Now I'm taking the lime green from the same palette and using that color to bring out the highlighted areas, or the higher areas on my face. So that's going to be the tops of my cheekbones, and the bridge of my nose, and my forehead a little bit, as well as my chin, because I'm going for a really angular face. And you always want to build up the product instead of putting a whole bunch on. Otherwise you get too much on your face and you're like, oh crap, I have so much on my face. And then it's no fun. I also alternate between the the sponge that I used previously, which was for the Amazon Green, and to kind of help blend the two colors together. Now I'm taking the dark green from the what's it called? The Paradise Color Basics palette, and I'm using that as a contouring color, so I'm using that through all the depth of the deep parts of my face, like the hollows of my cheeks, and by my temples, and the sides of my nose, and a little bit underneath my chin. Basically anywhere where your face naturally sinks in. After I've got all that done, I'm going to kind of meld everything together with the MAC Fix Plus spray and wait for it to dry. After it's fully dried, I'm going to take the MAC eyeshadow in Velvet Moss and kind of go over all of the deep areas, followed by Midori from Sugar Pill with all of the regular green areas. So all of the Amazon green color that I put down, I'm going to put some of the Midori on it. I'm just going to blend all those colors together, and then for the highlight, to set the highlight color, I'm taking the shade Acid Berry and putting that all over the highlights, followed by a little bit of Thrash from the Urban Decay Electric palette, just to kind of bring the top points out, if that makes any sense. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to post a comment below. Okay, now for the eyebrows. First you want to sketch them out with either a white pencil or a nude colored pencil. I use the same NYX Wonder pencil to kind of draw out where I wanted my eyebrows to be. Then I took Velvet Moss and kind of blurred that a little bit. What I didn't realize is that the brush that I was using was not the clean brush that I put out, but it had a little bit of black cream paint on it from a previous, or the day before's tutorial that I filmed that is coming out later. Yeah. So after that, you're just going to build up color, and I ended up switching to Bulletproof because it wasn't getting as dark as I wanted it to, so that's what that was all about. I look like I'm really, really intense eyebrows. And then after that, I added some wrinkles on my forehead as well as deepened the contours on the side of my nose. I wanted to go for more of a flat nose, so that's why my nose looks so wide. And then I deepened the inner parts of the hollows of my cheeks with the same Bulletproof color and blended all of that together. Oh, do not forget to do your ears or the insides of your nose with green, otherwise it will ruin the entire look. Now I'm taking a little bit more of the Midori just to kind of blend the contour colors together, and since I lost a little bit of the highlight color, I'm going back in with Butter Cupcake and highlighting the tops of my eyebrow creases and all that fun stuff. Shading is fun! Up, and the tip of my nose, and my chin. Going back in and deepening a little bit of the contour on my forehead. And highlighting the nose a little bit more. And the cheekbones a little bit more. I was all over the place in this tutorial. Now I'm taking Velocity, and since my hair is blue, I wanted to kind of bring that color into the look. That way it didn't look just weird that I had blue hair. So I used that on top of the Bulletproof I used for the contouring shade. It turned out pretty well. Oh, don't forget to contour your neck. Now I'm back in with Bulletproof, and I'm going to start sculpting out my cut crease for my eyeshadow look. I'm doing a very, very dark cut crease that almost kind of comes out to a point, so it's not blended out like a smoky eye. That way it kind of alters the shape of my eye, which is really cool. I love makeup, it's awesome. So you do put a whole bunch of Bulletproof on there, and then if you want to clean up the lines, I used a small smudge brush from Sonia Kashuk to kind of give me a really clean edge, as well as smudge the Bulletproof underneath my eyes as well, just kind of bring the whole look together. And once I had it all done, and the black was as deep as I wanted it to do, which it wasn't just yet, so I just patted more on top of it. But after that, I took Freak and Thrash. I put the lighter color in the inner part of my eye to kind of help brighten it up a little bit, and then I followed that up with Freak, which is a really pretty shimmery green, and I blended the two together, or I blended all the colors together with anything that was left on the paddle brush from using the Bulletproof. Now we're gonna go to the neck. I promise I am wearing a shirt, so don't freak out. What we're gonna do is we're taking Velvet Moss again, and we're gonna use that to darken the area just above the cut to give it a little bit of depth, so it looks like the skin is sitting on top of the or my natural skin is sitting on top of the reptile scales. Then after that, you're going to take BH Cosmetics lip liner pencil in Rouge and go over that to kind of give it the bloody look. And after that is all done, to give the illusion that it's torn and infected, you're going to take the Naked 3 palette in the colors Limit and Nooner, and you're going to basically sketch about a 1/4 of an inch underneath the area where it looks like it's torn or cut. This gives the illusion that it's puffy and infected and inflamed. So yeah, it's kind of like the same thing that we did with the pirate tutorial. And once that's all done, you're going to take it on a bigger brush, and you're going to contour further along your neck, so along your collarbone and the hollow right there, and along all of the tendons. So scrunch your shoulders up and make funny faces and stuff so you get a good idea where all of your tendons are. And then just blend it out as best you can, or deepen it out as best you can, or as more as you want, and yeah. I was planning on wearing just a strapless shirt with this. This is why I did all the collarbones. But if you're not going to wear a shirt that covers, or that doesn't cover anything, then don't bother with doing the collarbones. I would do the center of the neck though. Now for the scales, I'm taking a piece of fruit baggy netting, like I mentioned earlier, and going over top of it with, first I started with velvet moss, and then I started building things up with velocity and bulletproof, and then I finished with a loose shimmery eyeshadow from Sugarpill called Lumi, which is really pretty and iridescent. So everywhere you want to do scales, you just repeat this pattern. It is kind of difficult to do it on your own, so if you have a friend that can help you, I highly suggest it. You always want to start from the darker shades and go to the lighter shades when doing scales. And try not to move the fruit netting. So just pat it on, don't smudge it around. Next, I'm taking Physicians Formula's eyeliner in, it's the Formula Eye Booster. I'm just doing a really thin wing so it'll hide the band from my eyelashes. And I can always get one eyeliner that's perfect, and then the other one is just a mess. And then I have to play catch up on either side. Yeah. Now for the lips, I'm taking the anti-feathered pencil from OCC and just putting that down as a base so that my lip tars do not feather and bleed out all over my face. Because if you put too much product on, sometimes it does that. So I'm taking a mix of Technopagan and RX and Traffic and kind of mixing those together to get the shade that I want, and then building up the color from there. Sorry, I'm a little off screen. I did not notice that. When you're doing your Cupid's bow, you want to make it a little pointier than you would normally do it. It's okay to overdraw your lips. So I added a little bit more of the RX Traffic mixture just to give it a little bit more of a green look. And then I set the lips with some HD setting powder from NYX just to make sure that they weren't going anywhere and that it wasn't going to transfer and it was going to be really matte. So after that, you're just going to finish by putting your contacts in if you're going to wear them, and then line your upper and lower waterlines, followed by your fake lashes and mascara and touch-ups if you need to for the eye area with the shades that we used previously. And set everything with a setting spray, and then you're ready to rock. If you would like to see a full list of all the products I used for this tutorial, head on over to our blog. A link will come up shortly, as well as it will be the top link in our description bar.
If you like what you see in this tutorial, please head over to our blog, www.nerdsandnomsense.com, and subscribe or follow us on any of our social medias. We're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr, and we have started a new YouTube channel, which is what this video is being hosted on. So if you have a YouTube account and like makeup tutorials and nerdy things, please head on over to our YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/nerdsandnomsense, all one word. We would greatly appreciate it. We're super excited. Yay, Halloween! Woo! Yay, Halloween! Okay, bye! I'm a reptile. And my nose is running. nose! Quit running! Yay! Yay! I'm a snake! Yeah! Oh yeah, I'm so hot. Look